Hello everyone and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3. We are playing as a much expanded Djibouti. Unfortunately, all the fortifications still will remain in the center of our country. I suppose that'll act as a good fallback point just in case this purple guy over here, the Republic of the Moluccas, actually decides to turn around and attack us. Do we have any, we have some cores on the Republic. More than likely they have plenty of cores against us. So it wouldn't really be in our best interest to attack them and completely take them over. I'm sure that might, actually happen at some point. But because we have conquered the Soviet Union, we also have the ability to now take these decisions. These are from the HPP mod, the Historical Plausibility Project, because HPP gives you pretty nasty penalties to inviting people to your faction if you own their core territory. If we click this button, we will cede any and all provinces with cores to Andorra, and the same here for Republican Spain. Now, I don't know where Andorra is. Over here. So apparently Andorra has some cores on territory that we own as a result of our conquest of the Soviet Union. Now, it's very possible that it's a colony somewhere. This is all nationalist China stuff. Nat China. Yeah, I'm not entirely certain what it is. Now, since I just loaded in and I just saved and all that stuff, I think we're just gonna, oh, we can actually see them. 3 provinces, 3 provinces. I'm just gonna click the buttons. Don't really care. Didn't change our continental borders at all, and maybe we'll strengthen the overseas position of one of our allies. I'm not sure. It might have been up in this region, even. It certainly doesn't seem like anything actually happened. I'm guessing this was one because this is technically our territory now. I don't know. I'm not going to be worrying about the colonial game. What we really need to worry about is our home front. Okay, so the plan right now is to attack and conquer Romania next. We already have one division, the 5th Corps, established up there. I think what we should probably do, we'll keep the 5th Corps up there, but we're going to need to redeploy a bunch of our units. And we do have some more people coming up. Okay, I think we're going to take an entire army group. We'll take the 2nd Army. They're the northern front. And we're going to move them over to, let's see, this port? Yeah. We're going to move them up to Bologna. Just the entirety of the 2nd Army. We're going to transport them with our transports, which we will also rebase. Yeah, that seems fine. We'll bring our carrier air group home, and by home I mean into a port province that is very close to what will eventually be the front line. It looks like Romania has the majority of their army on this border right here. They've completely left their border with us, which will be nice if we can just push right past all this terrain. They do have some, this is a very well defensible line. They've got a lot of hills and mountain territory up in the north of Scotland, so it might be a little bit of a challenge to actually push them out. But I think if we get numerical superiority with the 2nd Army, then we will be fine. Now, speaking of which, we do need to worry about this incredibly long front with the Republic of the Moluccas. So we, I think, need to deploy in a semi-defensive way. To that end, we are going to use our Gurkhas, the mountain divisions we have down here, in the mountains. Or at least along the border down here. Yeah, I think this will be fine. Great stuff. And yeah, you're attached to the Paris HQ, so that should be just fine. Okay, so that's this little section. We'll put another corps down in the south. Let's see, it's plains on our side of the border. We'll put the motorized up in the north, I think. Or are these the guys that we need to upgrade still? No, okay, these are the... Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is detach the 1st Mounted Corps from the 1st Army and move them up to Bologna. And then we're going to find the 2nd Army Corps, 2nd Army HQ, detach the 2nd Mounted Corps from the 2nd Army, because these are the guys that we need to actually upgrade, and we're just going to redeploy them down behind our front line. But in the meantime, we're going to attach them to the 1st Army, and then attach the 1st Mounted Corps to the 2nd Army. Right, because the 2nd Army is the one that is redeploying up here to Bologna. Yep, good stuff. Okay, so we're going to take the already upgraded Mounted Corps, excuse me, with us up in the north. Now, hopefully we'll have enough ports to support all of these guys. It's still sort of up in the air. But what we can do is rush down their ports as well, and then we should have more than enough to be able to do what we need to do. Okay, but in the meantime, we have the 2nd Mounted Corps, which are actually in a good position already. Okay, so I don't want to deploy them up there. I think we'll just deploy them across this front line here. Let's see, we'll have the 2nd Mounted Corps HQ in Amersfoort, Zwolle, Apeldoorn, fine, whatever. Really, oops, come on. Really what we're trying to do is just defend the front line. Like, we're not going to be able to actually prevent them from invading us if they up and all-out attack us. With only one of our army groups on the front, you know, I don't think that's going to be a possibility. Okay, so we've got the 1st Army, 1st Corps. So we're just going to deploy our infantry along the border to make ourselves look more threatening than we actually are. And we will be secure in the knowledge that our rear is semi-defended, even though we know for a fact that it actually isn't. I'm okay with, missing a province like this one here or there, just so that we have a more contiguous front line. Good stuff. Let's double check, make sure we're doing okay. Yeah, it looks like we have a little gap here. I'm not too worried about it. If we are attacked, we're going to need to fall back from the front anyway, so oh well. Good stuff. And I'm not too worried about this stuff in the south either, because it's really well defensible terrain. Like, we shouldn't have too much in the way of problems if they do decide to attack us down here. This will not be the portion of the line in which we get pushed back, Okay, and now where does the 1st Army HQ actually go? It needs to talk to everybody on the line, so I guess we'll just put him somewhere in the middle. He might very well be out of range of most people, but we'll see. Okay, so we're going to keep one group of interceptors ready and raring to go. We're going to deploy, I think, basically the rest of our Air Force to London. Yeah, makes a decent amount of... We'll have more interceptors over there. And I think that should be good for now. We'll start transporting people up as soon as possible. So, since we ended that war, we no longer have the benefit of all of those nice, really juicy war policies, so we now need to sink a significant amount of our industrial capacity into production of consumer goods. And I want just enough that we can reduce dissent by a little bit per day. Unfortunately, this means we are slowing down the production of the 3rd Light Armored Division. But that's okay. And we are still trending upwards in terms of officers, but at this point I think we're good and ready to start playing, at least on a little bit of heightened speed. This is speed 4, this is not good. Okay, there we go, that's better. We can invite our little friends down here to our faction, and I think we will. Nice and easy. Welcome to the party, friend. You do not have an army to speak of. You have maybe a corps. Good. That's fantastic. Yet another person we're gonna have to... Oh, right, we're still mobilized. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I don't care about mobilization. That's yet another person we're gonna have to basically protect with our army. rather than trusting them to protect themselves. I suppose worse things have happened, but it's still a little bit frustrating. Latvia has managed to push up to this line. Oh, good. Latvia has managed to push up to this line of forts here, although it looks like they're getting pushed back. Well, never mind. Okay, they're just retreating. They've got huge stacks of infantry on each of their provinces. Now, what that just was the Free State of Jerusalem over here, which is the leader of the Allies, I believe? Yes, they're the leader of the Allies faction. They just annexed Norway, which obviously I can't show because they're no longer on the map. Andorra, no longer... Oh, they were never at war to begin with. Right, it was the United Kingdom that was at war, and they managed to snag a couple of these victory provinces, which is nice. Oops. Misclicked on the map yet again. Unfortunately, the DDR is an Allies member, so the Free State of Jerusalem is actually at war with the United Kingdom. So the leader of the Allies is at war with some of our allies, but because it was declared as a limited war, we are not yet involved, which, in my opinion, is a very good thing. What are you? Light cruisers. Fantastic. Okay, we're just gonna... Yeah, I think we're just gonna deploy them down here. And then redeploy them up here. Add them to our nice little army. Hopefully we get another escort carrier at some point. When is our next group of carriers done? July of 38. So July this year. It's not too far off. We don't yet have any additional IC to really throw at our Navy. I mean, this is a decently strong Navy at this point. What's really pitiful is the speed of the escort carrier. It's only got a max speed of 18 kilometers per hour. I think we want to basically never have the escort carrier take part in combat of basically any kind. Yeah, we haven't even researched a single aircraft carrier engine tech yet. That won't be done until August. So they will be less than good, I think. So let's begin the transfer of units. Good job. Awesome. How about we select it by corps? 6th Corps. All of them. Get the entirety of the 6th Corps on there. And now we'll do it one HQ division at a time, just so we can get as many people on board the ships as is possible. What is that shortcut? I? No. The L. That's an L, apparently. Okay, they're full now. And yeah, let's just do a transport mission. Boom, done. There's one. L. There's that. What's this? Costa Rica? That is the Costa Rican flag, right? Yep. Lend-Lease. Costa Rica wants Lend-Lease support from us. Which one is Costa Rica? These guys. Are you at war? You're at war with Japan and the Sultanate of Sulu. Here's Japan. They don't even have an army. Come on. Oh, here's the Sultanate of Sulu. Okay. Yeah, you should be fine, Costa Rica. You don't need our help. All right. That's a strong little army they've got up there. I'm proud of them. Good job, Costa Rica. Good on you. Making yourself useful. Fantastic. All right. Here's the rest of the Second Army. Wonderful. What is even happening here? Ow. This again. Okay, so the infrastructure is so darn damaged. In Aachen. Yeah, I guess we were bombing the oblivion out of it for a significant amount of time. Okay, how much is it repairing every day? 0.143, 0.154. Oh my goodness. So it's taking us how long to get out of this province? You will leave in May. In a month. You will be able to move in a month. Zaire, yeah, go ahead. Where are you, Zaire? Zaire, are you at war? You're at war with Sweden. Where's Sweden? All the way over here. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Just protect your coast. Looks like Hesse is doing a good job taking out Hungary. And they can call on help from Monaco and Zaire if they absolutely need to, so it should be a-okay. It should be fine. Okay, so that's going to delay our attack just a little bit, I think. But we can deploy a new infantry division, and we shall in Bologna. We're going to create a new corps, which does not start out with a leader, because I'm guessing we are out of leaders to appoint to it. Yeah, we've used up all of the skill 5 and 4 leaders. Now, since we are in between wars, we'll slot you in there to begin with. And I'm going to leave you there until you're full up on deployed infantry. Speaking of, I think now we should do a couple more light cruisers. Not quite up-to-date technology yet. We are focusing on officer ratio to the detriment of technology. So, that's unfortunate. But yeah, I think we're going to do another... I mean, we want to keep our cruiser practical up. So yeah, I think we'll do another 2 light cruisers. Just to keep our cruiser practical at a non-zero level. I'd love it if these units were not stuck in Aachen, but what can you do? Central planning got another level, which is nice. You can almost get that Grand Battle Plan Doctrine. And I will, I think, bump this right back up to the very top. It's important. There's another 10th Corps. And we have yet more production we can assign to people. Part of this is that we also took over a significant amount of the ex-Soviet production, and a lot of it at no cost. Like, see, there was an important province in this region, wasn't there? This one. We don't have a claim on this province. We don't have a claim on that province either. We do on this province. It's not really that spectacular, but we have 0 penalties to resource production in this province and IC in this province. On the other hand, like Saarbrücken, we are taking a bit of a penalty, and mostly we need to worry about partisans rising up and trying to kick us out. But yeah, it's just fine. We have a negative 50% penalty to resource production in non-core provinces, which is really unfortunate, honestly. So this would be much more valuable to the Soviet Union. Like, this province would be much more valuable to the Soviet Union. So there is an argument to be made for, like, since we have barely any cores on the Republic of the Moluccas, if we can win a war against them, we should probably puppet them rather than annex them. Now, we wouldn't be getting the resources directly to us, but given enough time, our total army, like the Communist International, you know, our faction, would be stronger because each of these provinces wouldn't have that negative 50% non-core penalty on it. So, I mean, there's an argument to be made either way. But we have a bit of extra industrial capacity, and what I had wanted to do with it was upgrade our 1st Mounted Corps. No, not the 1st Mounted Corps. Oh, right, that's the... Okay. We want to upgrade the 2nd Mounted Corps. We did actually deploy onto the front, but I don't think we should be fighting too much. Where is the other dude? Did I double them up on a province? I did. Okay. Well, I guess you moved down there for now. Whatever. So we are going to tell you guys to upgrade to motorized. And I think we are going to queue up everybody here. We'll just bank on the hope that we don't get attacked from behind here when we attack Romania up in the British Islands. Motorized. Wonderful. Okay. Now, do you have any allies? You are allied. Yes. Okay. Wonderful. You're allied with the Republic of the Moluccas. That's fantastic. So yeah, a lot of people were saying that it would be better if we had attacked Romania first. Rather than going up and taking over the Soviet Union first, just so that we can finish exactly this situation, because now we need to hold the line against the Republic of the Moluccas while we're attempting to finish a war up here in Romania. Yeah, good job, Romania. That's fantastic. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is detach the 5th Corps and pull him off the front. Replace him with the entirety of the 2nd Army here. And we'll redeploy them in a bit. And start creating the Third Army down here. With this corps from up north and the 10th Corps, the 5th Corps and the 10th Corps of infantry that we currently had slated for the Third Army. I mean, we were planning on making a Third Army anyway, it's just a question of where it would be. Okay, so we finished Mass Assault, which gives our infantry more morale. It's still behind time, let's continue doing it. Actually, we need to redeploy our transports in order to accomplish this. So all of you, load on the transports, and then we'll just do a rebase mission over here. Fantastic. And the 10th Corps is almost fully fleshed out. We are still mobilized, so we are paying extra consumer goods cost for staying mobilized while we're not at war. But I think that's alright. And I think we are going to just redeploy you to Paris for now because we're not going to be moving you up north. And yeah, we are having some supply issues here. We did just remove a unit, though, from the region, so it might be okay. How about we actually redeploy our navy, reduce at least that supply drain. So, the 6th Corps, I'm going to give the Wales duty, I guess. 6th Corps. Good stuff. 7th Corps. You're going to be the Birmingham and Evesham. Sorry, that's Coventry, not Birmingham. 4th Corps. Leicester. And Northampton. And 3rd Corps. Peterborough. And King's Lynn. And the 1st Mounted Corps is still not entirely up here because they aren't entirely out of this province yet. Which sucks. We are regaining infrastructure, but oh my gosh, they're so slow. So ridiculously slow. Okay, so we're finally getting them out of that province. Logistical bombing, man, it's rough. It does a lot of damage. And then we'll see what the supply needs are up here. We do have industrial capacity, so we are getting supplies directly, at least some supplies, directly from the province, directly from this region. Okay, and now, yeah, they're redeploying their troops to the front because they're afraid of us, and I would be too. A lot of this is plains, but it's got quite some river. I think the easiest way to do some, at least a little bit of damage, would be to try to push directly through Birmingham, but that's an urban province, so that's going to be quite the challenge to do. But if we can push through Birmingham and then pounce on the hole in their line right up through here, we can cut off all the troops that they have deployed in Wales and reduce them, and then need to face a smaller amount of troops up in that region later. I think that's a good idea. We're going to move the entirety of the 1st Mounted Corps into Evesham, and to that end, I think we are going to redeploy one of these divisions. 2 of these divisions, just to make it a little bit more balanced on that region of the front. So let's get a battle plan out because we're going to need to wait a little bit longer for this actual war to happen. Oh wow, Republic of the Moluccas. Looks like they helped Latvia at least a little bit. Latvia now has a coastline. That's nice. I didn't realize that they declared war on this country up here as well. So that's going to be interesting. They somehow have all of these troops on our front line and enough troops over here to effectively conquer that country. That's fantastic. I feel very, very frightened right now. Okay, so we've got new plan. What are we going to call it? Romania Moluccas. Boy, I don't know how to spell that. M-O-L-U-C-C-A-S. Romania Moluccas. Okay, and what we got is a Phase 1 border right around here. And we've got the tank push in this region here. We've got this, and that's after the battle happens there. Okay. I'm gonna do that. Like that. And then we got some arrows in here just to reduce them. In the meantime, we're gonna hold firm there. And then depending, this is a very nice defensive line that we want to take. Like, this is nonsensical, right? There's 4 urban provinces. They've got a fort here and a river here. Like, this is going to be quite the line to try to break here. So, if we can get there, I want to get there as quickly as possible. I like how the plan I made is basically just smash your face into the front line. That's fantastic. And then we can trust our Gurkhas, I think, to hold out against superior numbers down here, at least for a little bit. But oh, this is their capital. That's going to be insane. But there's nothing special that's going to be happening on this side of the front. Like, it's just going to be hold out as long as possible. I mean, yeah, it's going to be hold out as long as possible. And hope that the Third Army... Whoa. Okay, Costa Rica won a portion of the war. They haven't beat Japan yet, but they did just annex Sultanate of Sulu. What's this? I don't want to lose a corps on Brittany. Where is Brittany? I am just so close to so many people. We'll press the issue, because I don't even know where Brittany is, and if I don't know what they are, then I really don't worry about them. Okay, so, 10th Corps, how you doing? 10th Corps is full up. We just need to let them rearm, redeploy. We've got another corps about to be deployed here. So that brings us up to 3 infantry corps. And we're going to have another armored division. Only 3 infantry corps? We aren't going to attach the Marines to the army. So we need another infantry corps, and I sort of want to make them motorized now. Though we don't have self-propelled tank guns or self-propelled artillery or anything like that. They'd be really, really weak motorized infantry. Yes, that's fine. Losing trade agreements and such. Oh, wow. That's the next corps right there. Here's the 11th Infantry Corps, attached to the 3rd Army. And you. Why not? Sure, whatever. 11th Corps, 11th Corps, 11th Corps, and 11th Corps. Okay. Fantastic. So, we've only got 3 corps of infantry here. Just to double check, yeah, you're full army. You're a full army. And we have room for another infantry corps, I suppose. Let's do anti-tank for these guys. No. It'll be at the very least, it'll be a good sink of our industrial capacity for a little bit, while we don't really have anything else to do with it. Yeah, that'll be fine. Although this sort of expansion is not really efficient in terms of officer ratio, you know. Okay, wonderful. It looks like I think we outnumber them, you know? And if we do a good little push right here, like, we'll attack with all the infantry and none of the tanks, basically, and push them out of Birmingham. And then the second we push them out, we'll attack in there with the tanks and then just race right up through here. We might even be able to take this line, just you know, push the tanks up through here, advance with our infantry, and then push through Liverpool, Manchester, Leeds, and Hull. before they can really react to us. But I think that might be a little bit too ambitious. We only have light tanks still. We don't even have medium tanks yet. London HQ, right? We don't have medium tanks? Yeah, we don't have medium tanks. Because our leadership is dedicated basically exclusively to officer production. Although we are making way too much diplomatic influence. Who are we influencing? We're influencing 2 people right now, and we still have 170 nonsense diplo. So why are we spending 0 each day to influence other countries? I think we're gonna just cut it down here for a little bit, and hopefully I can remember and pay attention to it. Castile? I wonder where... Oh, you're a puppet of Romania. Well, no real chance of us being friends. Mexico! Let's influence Mexico. I don't know where they are, but we'll do it anyway. Oh, right here. Okay. That's right on the border of the Allies. I don't know if I want to invite them to our faction yet. That would probably put us at war with the Allies really, really quickly. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, at the very least, I'm going to wait until you are fully upgraded. Which we are doing at full speed. And when is that estimated to be done? July. Only a few months. So yeah, we'll do that. Is our next division? Okay, so by the end of July, our next armored corps is going to begin to be deployed to the battlefield. We will have our Marine Corps, and we'll have 2 more aircraft carriers. That's quite the expansion. So, okay, with the addition of our Marine Corps here... Oh, this poor guy is holding out. They held out for so long against Latvia. Now they're holding out behind the Kiel River here against the Republic of the Malaccas. And then the United States attacks them from behind. What is this nonsense? Oh, those poor guys. So with the addition of our Marine Corps, I'm thinking we could do some pretty nasty damage in their southern front down here. Like, they've got a significant amount of their army, presumably, at least, deployed up north. We might be able to take advantage of these plains here, cut their country right in half, defend behind this river and this line right here, and then with the Marine Corps, basically just land some troops in maybe these mountains, maybe we'll mess with them down in the South Mediterranean here, take these islands from them. We can do some pretty nasty things to them, cut their country entirely in half, and destroy the entirety of their northern front. So we might want to redeploy our tanks. Heck, we might want to redeploy our tanks from the British Isles. But that'll need to wait till the next episode. Thank you again for joining me in our Djibouti, whatever, run. I don't know what I did. I really didn't change much of anything, but we aren't having any problems with crashes, and it's really kind of awesome. Once again, thanks much, and I'll see you all next time.